Hey, this is Sergeant Miller with the 82nd Small Arms Master Gunner Cell, going to talk with you today about range bags, what should be in your range bag, and just get this conversation going on what is useful for as NCOs for us to have out there teaching our soldiers. Alright, so start off with, we're going to go over some basic things that everybody should have, and then get into some things that are nice to have while you're conducting training. So, for basics, I've got CLP, some way to apply CLP. Both those things are pretty self-explanatory. If you've got a dry weapon, it's probably going to malfunction. Some form of Allen key. This is definitely useful. I have both standard and metric so that I can adjust my sights and my soldiers' sights before getting out there, ensuring that they're tight. Okay? Paint marker and highlighters. The paint marker is used to mark your location on the rail for your sights and to put witness marks on your M150 RCO, ensuring that it is tight. Highlighters are used on the zero target to mark your groupings and to make sure that you can identify which group is which. Some form of sight adjustment tool. In this case, I've got a M240 Bravo front sight post adjustment tool set out. Speed loaders. Speed loaders are definitely useful. This one's a Strip Lula. Very, very handy to use. Very, very compact. Definitely something that is what you would want in your common range bag. Part number will be up there for this. iMod cleaning kit. Some form of cleaning kit. This is the newest version of the cleaning kit that is being issued to soldiers. The iMod cleaning kit made by Otis. NSN will be up on the post that accompanies this. Main reason you want the cleaning kit is for the cleaning rod so that you can clear any malfunctions. If you're RSO OICing, some form of quarterback arm board is pretty useful to keep track of your round counts, keep track of total number of personnel trained. Batteries. Batteries are always a good thing to have out there on the range. In this bag I got AA, AAA, CR123s. Tape. I have both electrical and 100-mile-an-hour tape. The electricals for covering up the M150 RCOs, fiber optic light collection tube. This one is just your general purpose tape. Alright, now along with that, magazines. Having spare magazines on hand in case someone has issues with their magazines is definitely something you want to have. Now, some uncommon things that might prove useful. Sand sock. I like using a sand sock when I zero. It's an acquired taste. If you want it, you can have it. Not necessarily a requirement. Alright, if you want to get a good idea of the size of someone's group, a caliper might be useful out there on the range to be able to determine how big their group size is and to give them an idea what minute of group they're actually holding. You want to have something to be able to zero the soldier prior to actually going out to qualify. Generally, it's going to be some form of laser bore sight and offset, but if you have access to a collimator works well as well to get you on paper prior to actually zeroing. Start estimating wind calls. What's important to know is you got to know what the wind is actually doing so you have some basis of comparison. So to have some form of Kestrel wind meter out there on the range is definitely essential. I usually put it up on this little weather vane type setup right here so that it actually gives good feedback as to where it's sitting at in relation to the range. And I set it up on that little tripod right there. Airhorn. Airhorn is definitely something that is useful when you're dealing with multiple people. It gets folks' attention. You can give start times, you can give stop times based off of the airhorn. If you're doing nighttime operations, glint tape. Glint tape is definitely something that is essential for establishing a good point of aim. And then finally, par timer. What the par timer does for you is it records your overall time based off of rounds fired. So once it hears a round go off, it records a split for that time. This is useful in that you can sit there and establish your benchmarks under live fire and then go back when you're training in dry fire and have something a standard to train to. Alright, so that's some basic, some common and not so common things that are available or should be, I should say, in your range bag. Go ahead and in the comments below put down what you think a range bag should also have, or things that you feel like are not necessary. For the 82nd Master Gunner Cell, this is Sergeant First Class Miller. Have a great week.